Guys, we're back for tier 3, guys. Today is day 3 of the Ballon d'Or. And remember, guys, this is where it's kind of like the medium where these guys had okay seasons. They had pretty good seasons. And obviously, it's kind of difficult. So I would put them probably around third on here. Alright, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So, the first person I'm going to mention, this is the worst one on here I included. I included Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum is going to be on here. I personally think Wijnaldum is a great player, obviously, for Liverpool. He's done great things. He went to the Nations League final. He had that historic... He was a super sub in that Barcelona game at Anfield. Big player indeed. Alright, Wijnal. Oh, it's Nal. Wijnaldum. Oh, I actually have Wijnaldum. Guys, I actually have Wijnaldum in my team, I think. Yeah. So details. Wijnaldum. So yeah, very good. Super sub again in that Anfield game. Everyone's going to remember him for that. Especially those 2 quick goals and 2 quick successions in the 54th and... Let me check what time, 1 minute. I think it was 54th and 56th. Yeah, 54th and 56th minute. Wijnaldum. 4-0. Incredible, man. Incredible. Historic comeback indeed. Liverpool fans will remember him, and he's an awesome player. Good center midfielder. One of Netherlands' best players, and Liverpool's best players as well. Next up I have Karim Benzema, who in my opinion... Oh, the reason I couldn't put him any higher is primarily because, as I told you guys before, there were just a lot of other great players, and you know I preferred some of the other ones over him. And yeah, so let's go ahead. Next up is I have Karim Benzema. Benzema? Did I really not spell that right? B-E-N. Oh, it's Z. Zema. Put a Q. Karim Benzema, Real Madrid's best player, hands down. Was arguably one of the best Real Madrids, and yeah, Real Madrid. Unfortunately, he doesn't play for the France national team, so obviously I can't really include him for international purposes. But he is definitely one of Real Madrid's best players, and Real Madrid, he always loves to score. He's actually the top scorer right now in La Liga as it stands. And, yeah, so definitely a great player indeed. And anytime Real Madrid score, you can expect him to score. And even when Ronaldo was here, he was a huge contributor. You can't take the guy off. Phenomenal player indeed. The reason I couldn't put him any higher is because Real Madrid didn't win any trophies last year. They didn't win any trophies last season, which is the primary reason why I couldn't have placed him higher. Otherwise, I would have placed him way higher. But the title lack is kind of big, and obviously Wijnaldum won the Champions League. So, yeah. Next up is I have Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is also a very good player indeed, and he's going to be remembered for the historic corner kick against Barcelona and Anfield. And, yeah, definitely a phenomenal player indeed. He did great. He will definitely remember, obviously, he won the Champions League. He didn't win anything with England last year, so you can take that off. But obviously, he's been one of England's best players and Liverpool's best players as well. He's always been, even as a defender, he's always come up with some big goals. So despite his position, he's come up with a lot of goal production, which is kind of ironic because he's a defender. But yeah. I couldn't have placed Arnold higher just because I felt like, I don't know, like I said, there were a lot of players that were better than him, and yeah. Probably the lack of titles, too. I think that also probably was one of the factors. Next up is Roberto Firmino. Firmino is obviously one of the big part of the front three with for Liverpool, and he's definitely one of Liverpool's best players. Very good player indeed. He won the Champions League with Liverpool, and he also won the Copa America as well. That's a big credential he can boast. Not a lot of players can boast that kind of status, and Roberto Firmino, man, he's a phenomenal player indeed. The reason I couldn't have placed him higher is primarily, like I said, guys, there were some other ones I brilliant like I found a little bit better than Firmino, and I would prefer others over him. But huge goal, especially against PSG in the Champions League. And then, of course, so yeah, definitely a very good player indeed. Cannot underestimate him. Next up, we have it is Dusan Tadic. Who is who Dusan Tadic. Where is this guy? Is he really not in FIFA Mobile 20? No, okay, he isn't apparently. Unless I spelled it wrong, which I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't spell that wrong. So, Dusan Tadic, for some reason, is not on here. I don't know why, but he's a really good player for Ajax. Obviously, that free kick against Real Madrid, everyone's going to love him for that. Definitely a phenomenal player indeed. And can't really underestimate the guy. Obviously, he won the Eredivisie title, and he didn't. I don't think he won anything with Serbia, if I'm not mistaken. But that title is credentials. So yeah. Oh yeah. So the Thanksgiving thing has finally started. Is it? Wait, are these just MLS players? Yeah, these guys are MLS players. Wow. All right, and finally, my last inclusion that I have on here it is Mohamed Salah. Now, for his standards, Salah is a phenomenal person, but I think this time around he didn't really have as a good season compared to his other for his standards, and I think he could have done a better for himself. And obviously, that Africa Cup of Nations disappointment, Egypt was probably the most disappointing, and probably really struck him down a lot. But I think out of all these players, I will probably say that he... Actually, no. I think I meant to go with Karim Benzema is probably the best on here, tier-wise. But yeah, he's definitely one of Liverpool's best players. And the Champions League itself was a huge step. But the Africa Cup of Nations was a big disappointment for him. Egypt going out in the round of 16 as the host. That was a big disappointment. And he didn't score that many goals compared to his other seasons and his other partner. We'll get to him a little late. We'll get to him in a future video. I believe was a bigger part, and I believe is more threatening and was a better player than him for his standards. But he's still a great player indeed. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think below in the comments below. Do you guys agree with who's on tier 3? Like I said, this is just my opinion. And remember, guys, please make sure you check out the tier 4 and tier 5 video. I hope you guys enjoy this video, guys. Peace out.